Είχα άδικο συνάδελφο.
Alright guys, if you last remember, I broke my wheel off the Robocop police car. So what I did is, let's see if we can zoom down here in the light. As you can see here, I filed this down, made it flat again, and using my pin vise, I drilled a hole. And then I did the same thing on the corresponding wheel. But when I was done, I took some evergreen styrene and made a new post and glued it onto the wheel. Next, obviously, I'll take this, put it in the hole, glue it. Oops. Glue that back in place, and we'll have our all four wheels back onto our car. With the exception of one of our back wheels. This wheel, I might have to break it off intentionally because it's not sitting properly and it's causing the car to wobble. This wheel is lower. I was trying to lower the entire stance of the car to look more like the movie car, because out of the box this sits really, really high. So over the course of the last couple of weeks I've been trying to lower this, and it really hasn't been working very well. But in the process, as you know, I broke this off, and now I'm realizing this wheel is too tall, so I'm gonna have to do something later, break that sucker off and lower it, because if you look the distance between here, top of the tire, and the well, there's only a little bit of gap. If you look in this one, there's a lot larger of a gap. I guess it's been so long since I touched this, I don't even remember why or how that happened. But that's going to be the next challenge. So hang on, we'll be right back. Alright, so time is ticking again on the Jimmy Fun build. I've got over the hurdle, I think, and the rest, I think, it's downhill, so to speak. As you remember in the last video, I had broken one of the wheels off on the front, and again, on the footage you saw earlier, I was able to drill out, add a new post or spindle, and mount the tire. When I was looking at the back of the car was wobbling. It turned out this tire here was still too low. So I tried to break it off nicely, and it broke off ugly. And basically I had to go through the whole same ritual again of drilling out the back of the rim, and then in here, it's hard to see, but basically in here, but I lowered it down a little bit. It's not at the same mounting point as it was, and it seems to be better. The only thing I noticed is right now, if you look, see how this tire sticks out a little bit more than this one. And the funny part is, if you look on this side, if I can get some lights in here, the wheels are about in the same positions. I mean, it's in. I'm not sure. I think it's actually the suspension piece, judging by these torsion struts. this one's not straight. This one's straight, this one isn't, and I think that's what it is. This whole piece here is shifted. I just dry fit the body, and I didn't look to see how that wheel was sitting. Let's take a look and see. Now, oh, I just broke it again. Very weak. Sticks out just a little bit. That one's nice and tucked, and this one isn't. I'm not sure what I'm going to have to do with that. Can't. This car is really taking its toll on me, and I can't explain why, because it's not a difficult kit. It's not a difficult kit at all. It's a very nice kit, actually. I would definitely recommend it to anybody, but it is causing me fits left and right. But anyway, I'm going to, the next step I'm going to do is, I'll have to work on this tire again now, but, and then I'm going to put the body on and go from there to do the little odds and ends, the hoses, the battery, the brake master cylinder. I've got the headlights are in a bag of oven cleaner. They're chrome, and the one thing I see a lot of other people do, and I've done in the past, is the chrome for the headlights come, the parts for the headlights come in chrome, and people just put them on, or they'll paint them white. I'm very guilty of doing that myself, and it just doesn't look right. And seeing pictures of these cars in real life and pictures, what I'm getting at is typical with most cars of this genre, this era, with those lens covers, they go from clear to that clouded effect. So what I wanted to do is I want to strip the chrome off. I'm not going to paint them white. I believe I have some colors in the drawer over there that I'm going to use that'll give it that buttery, creamy color that'll look like the lights have been old and frosted over. So that's where I'm headed with those. But yeah, we're almost done. So hang on, we'll be right back. Okay, so here's what we did. Broke off the tire again. But this time on purpose, because as you saw, it was sticking out too far. Like, I'm exaggerating, but it was sticking out way too far. So it appears that my problem is, as I said in the last segment, this suspension piece, I put it in correctly. It's too far shifted over. If you look, if you can see, again with the light, see if I can't get some light on the subject, help you out. If you look at this torsion bar here, it goes straight up and down. This one on this side, it's coming in at an angle. So it tells me that this is too far over. So what I did, and it's too far over this way. So what I did is I took my rasp file, very delicate modeling tool, and I filed this down. Okay? Then I took the tire, the wheel, and I just ground this piece down here. So now, when I put it in place, up against it, it looks a lot more even. Oops, sorry, that way. So now I have to go and I have to drill this out, I have to drill this out, try to put it in the same spot, and then let it sit overnight and dry. So it's nice and solid. So I'll be right back. Okay, so using the pin vise, drilled out on the suspension piece and drilled out the wheel. I also fixed the wheel because the back piece didn't sit in there very well. Got that all fixed. Drilled out, so now basically the wheel fits like such. I have to, come on, I have to, nice snug fit. I have to shorten this a little bit so I can get the wheel in all the way, but basically add a little bit more dab of glue, shorten this, put the wheel back on, glue it in place, and again, let it sit overnight and get a nice solid bond. And then we'll move on from there, applying the body and everything. All right, be right back. Too bad I didn't think about this before. Nice big clamp on it, squeeze just enough, holds the tire straight and even and securely, and hopefully that should have a nice bond on it by tomorrow. Cool beans. Be back.
Είχα άδικο συνάδελφο.